Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This is our deep dive discography on the Foo Fighters. We'll be going through all the albums. Today we are talking about Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace.
A lot of words.
Give us a like, subscribe, stick around, see, what happens later on down the road. We'll also be throwing in some notable releases. And with this one, we're talking about greatest hits as well. So, yeah, let's just get into Echoes here.
This record with all the words.
This record with all the words, all the opinions.
So I remember, coming off of In Your Honor, the idea of this album was to do the two different sides at the same time, instead of segregating the rock and the soft. They were like attempting to condense that down into one album. And for me, I don't know if it works. The Pretender, of course, was the big single. And it's good, but it's also, All My Life.
Yeah.
It's just the same song.
It's true.
And at the time, somewhere between being on the train for In Your Honor and the release of this, I got off the train. I don't necessarily remember why. There was no big reason or anything. Just didn't care. So this was actually a release that I had skipped, basically, and only heard for the first time just the other day. So an interesting release. The Pretender is good. It's also probably the highlight of the album. So right off the bat, that's it's only downhill from there. I thought Erase Replace had some interesting musical ideas, but the vocals didn't sit right with me. Long Road to Ruin was a single. It's okay. And then listening to it in the context of the album, I think my favorite song on here is Cheer Up Boys, Your Makeup is Running. It's actually a pretty fun song. It's not great. It doesn't make like a Foo Fighters greatest hits album, for example. But yeah, as far as hearing this album for the first time, okay, that one I'll let slide. But overall, I was pretty disappointed in the album as a whole. It feels like your idea of good album, bad album is really starting to work here. And so just depending on where you're at on the fence, it feels like they're kind of getting lost again. They're not really sure how to follow up In Your Honor, since it was such a landmark release, that this just kind of feels lost. And
I read that The Color and the Shape is the best-selling Foo Fighters record in the U.S.
Okay.
In Your Honor is the best-selling Foo Fighter record, worldwide. So
Okay.
That tracks, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a big album. And yeah, there wasn't anything here that really jumped out at me. It felt like just an average at best Foo Fighters album.
I'm with you, man. For me, it's I don't know, first quarter's great. The last quarter is decent, if I don't like Home as a close, but I thought Statues was really good, but honestly was kind of fun, and I liked The Pretender a lot, obviously, because it is, all my life, but part Deuce in a way, and and I don't know, man. I thought Erase Replace was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that song. I thought it was great. I didn't see the chorus coming, and when it hit, I was like, yeah, it's fun. I like it. Okay. Don't really care for the middle of it at all. It's just, it's just, It's the most mid record of the discography, I would say. Like it is right, like out of
So
all the
far.
records. Well, so far, this is very true. Actually, I would say so far it might be in the middle exactly because it would be at the last of the spectrum. Personally, I think. I don't know. It's. Also, there's no song. It's called Echoes. There's no song called Silence. There's no like. It was an EP with 4 songs by those names. I would really think that would be hilarious. And great.
Oh, I know where the name comes from.
Yeah, I heard it in the lyrics.
Yeah, it's part of Home.
Ah. Yeah. I really love this record, says Jason.
I think this is the most underrated Foo Fighters record. I think this is the one that gets lost in the shuffle of the Foo
I
Fighters
certainly lost it
albums.
in the shuffle.
The Pretender, great opening track, reminds me of All My Life. I mean, Tim said it. At this point in the Foo Fighters' career, I would buy a Foo Fighters record after In Your Honor, because yeah, it's great, but it is also very generic as far as like a rock record goes, and almost every album follows the same pattern to the extent of like what you would expect from a Foo Fighters record. I buy a Foo Fighters record now to get a couple good rockers, some a couple songs I could put on a playlist. I know it's not album of the year, but this album, Pretender's the lead off great rock single. This is the only song I knew when I bought the record. Love the line "In time or so I'm told I'm just another soul for sale. Oh well." The drum beat at the "Who Are You" section makes the song. Let It Die.
See, in that part, it was kind of bothered me because this was also around the time where they did like that Who medley for an awards show, and then they're literally just saying "Who are you?"
Yeah, but the drumming, like the different drumming that Taylor does at the end or like throughout, it's really cool.
Sure, yeah, it is, but it's also one of those like. Yeah, you had a really good idea here, but you just ruined it by completely ripping off the Who.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the generic rock, big rock single. Long Road to Ruin is just Big Me done in 2007.
Sure.
It's times like these. It's Learn to Fly. They all have this, and it continues onward.
Of course.
You gotta feed the beast.
Wasting Light has Rope, so
yeah,
we'll get to that one.
We will get to that one.
I love Let It Die. The vocal melody is fun. It's a softer, quiet tune at first, but it builds, it does things. By the end, it's rocking. The lyrics are great. Erase, Replace. There's so much going on in this song. Starts off a little like My Hero with the intro. The guitar riffs on the verses, the chorus melody. The lyrics aren't anything special, but the music more than makes up for it. Long Road to Ruin. I bought this album day one, and this is my favorite song on the record. This is like I didn't even know it was going to be a single. I think it's one of their better singles in that Big Me category. It reminds me of Oh George for some reason. It has that same vibe. Dave's vocals sound really good on it. Structured really well. Top song contender for me. Come Alive takes a little long to get going, but it's a decent once it does. It may be the timing, but this album came out the same year I had my first kid, so a lot of the themes on this record like hit for me. And I lay there in the dark and I closed my eyes. You saved me the day you came alive. Same with the closing track, Home. Stranger Things Have Happened. I really like this one as well. It's acoustic. The lyrics are great. The melody's fantastic. Underrated album. Cheer Up Boys, Your Makeup is Running. It's very color in the shape feeling. It gives the album some energy by this point, which it fucking needed. Taylor's backup vocals shine. Summer's in, got a little country blues going on. The verses are outstanding. The chorus is just kind of there. The guitar solo is great. I would love to hear an acoustic version of that one. Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners. Do you know the story behind that? Like why they did this one?
I do, yeah.
No, but I remember enjoying it.
One of the miners like requested an iPad or an iPod with "In Your Honor" on it. So
Because they were trapped in the mine for like how many months or whatever it was, and it was big national news when it happened.
So this was
like
Dave's
international
way of
news,
like paying it back, like say so he named the song after him. But it's got Keiki King's guitar work is fucking insane.
Oh, that's Cocky King on it?
Cocky King, yeah.
Fuck, dude, I love Cocky King. I thought it sounded very Dave Grohl-ish, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Statues sounds like some fucking 70s rock, like the Rolling Stones or something. The piano's welcomed. I really like the lyrics. We're just ordinary people, you and me. Time will turn us into statues eventually. The strings work really well. Mm-hmm. But honestly, it's probably my low point. It does start rocking, but not till about 3 minutes in. And it wasn't really worth it. The guitar riff is decent, but the lyrics are super repetitive, even for the Foo Fighters. Home, like Come Alive, the timing on this one just hit me. Having a 1-year-old, this shit is fact. Acoustic piano, perfect closing track. And the album title comes from the song. The echoes, silence, patience, and grace. All of these moments I'll never replace. The B-sides, I couldn't find Once and For All. I've never heard that one, but Seda, it's like very Willie Nelson on the road again. It's got some great guitar picking. And I love the line, I can picture everything. Can you picture this? I think it's their most underrated record. And again, it might be the timing. Like, I could relate to a lot because I think Dave Grohl just had his first daughter as well. But it still holds up for me. But honestly, I don't think there's a bad song on here. The highs aren't as high as anything that's come before. But as far as consistency, I think this one trumps Lose, Honor, and One by One. I love the pacing, and I love the song sequence. Plus, it has some really good Foo on it. It's an older, more refined, distinguished Foo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2007, I had just gotten married, I think. And I was listening to Baroness instead.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a good, like, happy marriage record, for sure.
No, that would have been a bummer.
And it's not a good breakup record either.
To be fair, it didn't end well.
That's true. This is a I'm fucking old record.
Yeah, it's definitely them kind of like just accepting that they're old now, I guess.
I think it did, In Your Honor, disc 1 rocks harder than this. And disc 2 has the better, slower stuff.
Yeah, very much.
But I think
But I didn't know it had Cocky King on it. And yeah, love that girl. She's awesome.
Yeah. And you can tell it's...
Yeah, it's very evident now that you've said that. I'm like, oh God, no wonder I liked it.
Yeah. I think consistency wise, I'm going to listen to the Foo Fighters. I'm probably going to listen to disc 1. But if I'm going to listen to a full album, I'd listen to this over In Your Honor.
All right.
So real quickly, let's just cover the greatest hits. It's a notable release, I guess. Dave wasn't totally against this record coming out.
It does have 3 unreleased tracks, though.
Yeah.
So that would have been noteworthy.
Yep. And Word Forward and Wheels are both fucking... Well, Everlong again is Everlong, but...
Right, but the acoustic version.
Yeah. But not the Skin and Bones version. Our Everlong count is now at, what, 4? Yeah.
And so, not actually having listened to this Greatest Hits before, I see Skin and Bones is on there. is it the live version from Skin and Bones?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because there is a studio version of that from the In Your Honor sessions. That's on that
Well, shit,
Best
I
Buy
don't know.
EP.
Then I don't know. Because I don't have this one. It's the greatest hits. I don't bother you generally with greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I was not a fan of Wheels as a song when it came out. We mentioned the Tom Petty song earlier. This is a Tom Petty song.
Let me read you my notes. This is a 100% label-driven album. Dave's comment in the record says it all. I love Wheels. It's simple, but it's really fun to play in Rock Band. Has some Tom Petty vibes going on.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. This
Just a
could have
little.
been fucking, what was that record he put out after Wildflowers? Fuck. She's the One soundtrack with Circus.
Oh, okay.
This could
Okay,
easily
yeah.
been on that. I like Wheels, though. I like Tom Petty, so I'm okay with it.
I like
And I mean,
too.
I guess I'm okay with them throwing on unreleased stuff onto a greatest hits. It's going to help sales because fans are going to want it then, as well as it's still set up for casual people. And just looking at the track listing here, like, these are all great songs.
There is a glaring omission on this track list, though.
There's a couple of them, though, I'm seeing. Yeah.
Where the fuck is I'll Stick Around?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, come
Right.
on.
Well, and so I'm trying to think, but the song they had on that Godzilla soundtrack, that was a pretty big single for them.
Oh, yeah.
What song
I
was
can't
that?
remember the name of it now, but like that could have been on here.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Somebody Google
Was that the one?
I
Maybe?
feel like I'm remembering something that I forgot. It's weird.
The fucking Godzilla soundtrack had that brain.
And then they had that song from the what was Orange County?
I don't remember that one.
Okay, they had the movie. It had Jack Black in it, and Tom Hanks' kid. And
No, I remember the movie too, but I don't remember the song. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was a single for him. So
Gonna Google.
Yeah, Google the Godzilla soundtrack too. We've Googled this fucking soundtrack so many times on this show.
No, the one is the song that's on the Orange County soundtrack. So
okay.
now, what year Godzilla was this? Because that's going to
shitty
be
98 Godzilla.
Yeah.
98? Okay. Oh, the one with Puff Daddy massacring
Yeah.
a wonderful song on it.
With Dave Grohl, no less. He's on that.
Oh, you're right.
This fucking Godzilla song. We've talked about this thing more than any fucking thing else on this show.
Yeah. That's rapping. Dude, I for some reason it's giving me the worst shit about the track listing. All right, let's go wiki. That'll tell me.
Wiki never lies. But yeah, Word Forward is fucking great.
8320 is the Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah,
song.
that's right. That's right.
Okay. That was
That was a good song though.
It was a good song, but it wasn't a single, was it?
I think it was.
It's not blue.
I know what that means.
On the wiki, so I don't know. That's
Yeah.
usually how I know it's a single if it's blue because it's a link to it elsewise.
But I remember hearing the fuck, and I never owned the Godzilla.
That was a long
soundtrack,
time ago. So
But I remember hearing
that was a lot of Godzillas ago.
Yeah, it was, man. It's also got Heroes by Wallflowers, which, you know.
Fuck that song. Shout out Joe. Fuck the Wallflowers. Oh,
It's also got Brain Stew, the Godzilla remix by Billy Joe Armstrong and Green
I
Day.
fucking hate
And Rob
that version.
Cavallo.
I hate that fucking version of that song.
Man, this looks like a really bad soundtrack. I'm glad I, never
I don't
heard
know why
it.
we keep talking about it.
You're the one that told me to Google it, dude. So I did.
Fuck you, Godzilla 98.
Yeah, dude, you were terrible. I went to see it in the theater with Nick. We were the opening night, the only two people in the theater.
We saw it not opening night, but I remember seeing it in theaters, and it was horrible.
It was so
Yeah.
bad.
Because I love Godzilla. Like I'm a huge
Yeah,
Godzilla
the new
fan.
Godzilla is apparently really good, but I haven't
Minus
seen
Zero,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's good old crazy Japanese Godzilla, and I love it.
And I'm here for that new Kong Godzilla movie coming out in June too. That looks
Yeah, man. Yeah.
stupid as shit, but I'm here
It's
for
a good
it.
time to be a Godzilla guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's never a bad time.
It was in 98.
Yeah, 98 it was a bad
Well, yeah, true. True that.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
soundtrack was great.
Fighters.
No, the soundtrack was not. It had
No,
like
even
one
right
good Foo Fighters
yeah.
song. That was it.
We haven't
Fuck
even
that
ranked
Green
it
Day
yet.
song.
So yeah, we're halfway through this deep dive discography, and we're already at the greatest hits release.
Which Dave was totally against. If you read the liner notes,
But looking at the track, it's solid. Like every single one of these songs is a hit.
I'll clip in like.
I mean, I don't remember
Dave
Long
said
Road
about
to
this.
Ruin being a hit. Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't
being a hit.
either.
Well, it
I
was a
wasn't paying attention
single.
to the radio either at the time, so I don't know.
It was a single, so I don't know. And I wasn't listening to the radio either, so I don't know how big of a hit it was. But listening to that album, you know, in the last 24 to 48 hours, that was one of the better songs on it. So
If you go back, I didn't see the music video. I didn't even know they had a music video for it, but it's pretty fucking funny. I just
as
recently
all their
watched it.
videos are, yes.
Yeah, they're top tier videos. But getting back to Echoes, it's time to do the ranks for Echoes, and this is where my dark horse comes through. It's my. And go ahead and slide this one down. And go ahead and slide this one down. And you can go ahead and slide this one down.
All right.
Most
Wow. Okay.
underrated Foo Fighter record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you going, Tim?
Well, I'm again. I only heard the whole album once now, and I think I would go back to "There's Nothing Left to Lose" first.
Yeah. All My Life is a Better Song. And that's the only thing I remember about the record, really, other than it's The Pretender. So, yeah, it's 6, yeah. It's right in the middle. There could be worse ones.
Oh, there will be
Right
worse
in the
ones.
middle.
There will be worse ones. Trust me.
I know. I'm already prepared for the onslaught of the shit week.
But there may be better ones too.
Well, I mean, we reviewed the last record that just came out, and it wasn't bad. I would maybe put that above one or two of these records potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think you will after you hear them all,
Probably.
but we'll get there.
We will. Yeah, that's a short record. I was like, there's 9 songs on it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Sonic
Are
Highways.
they all like 20 minutes long or something?
Sonic Highways only has 8 songs, so
Yeah. I mean, but that was more as a vehicle for the documentary, wasn't it? Like,
Or was the documentary a vehicle for the album?
I don't know. I'm sure the show's actually better than the record. I don't know.
No, you're definitely correct about that.
Yeah.
Sonic Highways is
Love
the
you,
Saint
Dave.
Anger of the Foo Fighters.
I don't know if we'll get to it, but his autobiography is excellent. Go buy Dave Grohl's book. It's and get the audiobook so he can read it to you. He's got a great reading voice.
I got the book.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I read it to myself because I'm a big boy now and I can read.
I don't know, man. I felt it was so cool going to bed with Dave Grohl reading me to sleep. You know, it was kind of fun.
I want Dave
Sure.
Grohl to cook me some barbecue. All right. So, yeah, we have now divulged completely. I guess Tim and I still got number 1 and 2 the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got my wild horse here. It's going to push everything down from here on out, pretty much. We're just going to get worse. We're going to get more and more different, I think.
I already want to pull a mulligan though.
We'll do it now before we get too deep.
Yeah, Color and Shape's better than In Your Honor. I don't know why. I thought it'd be Brave. It's never worth it to be Brave.
I approve that mulligan. Now we at least
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
line
I
up.
approve that mulligan as
We all
well.
line up on In Your Honor.
Number one's not changing, but yeah, come on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
you
we had Color and the Shape at least 2 albums better than In Your Honor, and you're like, nope, In Your Honor's better.
Yeah, I'm not that courageous.
So just for the future videos, to give a little insight, I know the next album pretty damn well, and I know the one after that pretty well. And then Concrete is where it starts to. I got to go back and really listen to those. So, but for Cold Quit, this will be your first time hearing Wasting Light, right? Coming up.
Oh yeah, everything after this except for the most recent release, I've never heard before. I'd never heard echoes and words and stuff until this experience.
Not many people have. I'm telling you, it's fucking underrated. It's a grower.
I had never heard it.
It's a grower.
Yeah, see,
I knew
I do have a
it
question for the
existed.
audience because this is what the 11th episode we've done of an album by album case review here, right? I just want to send a shout out to anybody that's still here watching at this point. What you think of the new format? I would like to. That would be grateful.
Yeah, let us know. Is this better?
Information, because I'm enjoying it a lot this way personally. But it'd be cool if you did too.
Instead of listening to us talk about Jimmy Eat World for an hour and 42 minutes, now
And watch me have a mental breakdown as they do. You know, yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah, we'd like to announce an official apology to any Jimmy Eat World fans out there who've watched our.
No, you don't.
Rant
You don't
for
mean
Jimmy Eat
it.
World.
Don't be disingenuous. You don't mean it.
I do. I feel
I
bad.
apologize to you because I like the band more than these guys. These guys don't. They're fake when they're apologizing to you. I like them, and I'm sorry.
No, I was so.
I don't apologize, and I stand by every word I said.
See, there you go. Good job, Tim. I like that.
Where does the Foo Fighters fit in?
Above Jimmy Eat World.
Above Jimmy Eat World, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I would be interested to see what your numbers of reds and yellows are for this band.
I haven't even thought of that yet.
Yeah.
Right now, I would still say I'd be green all the way across.
I would say we've
all
hit
11
one.
green.
No, from just the albums we've talked
This
about.
from 6 on. Okay, I was.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I was about to
Now,
go
some
look
of these
at
might not be in these positions as we go, but.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well,
And I would say that even the half we've done, we've hit some of my greens, some of my yellows, and some of my reds.
Wow.
Let's see. Red.
Dang, I might be with you on that. I don't know about the red. I'd have a red. I'd have one red.
So your red would be Echo, Silence, Patience, Grace.
At this point, at this juncture, I would have one red.
This album is gonna sound sweet as fuck here in a couple videos down the line.
Yeah. Let the madness begin.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Stick around. We're talking Wasting Light and Medium Rare on the next video, so we'll see you then. Good night. Be safe.
Good luck.
Make good decisions.